Too much to ask that you applaud them one more time.
On that note, we'll be taking questions from the audience, 2 questions only. Then we'll go back to the judges for their own questions. So who has any question?
Yeah, audience, this is an opportunity to participate in this debate and this discourse. So if you have questions or comments, we'd like to take them at this time. Okay. 10 seconds. More. 5 seconds. Okay, so we go over to the judges table.
We've listened to fantastic and quality presentations from the 2 sides. Igbenedion University, I want you to beef up your discussion a bit from the perspective of the issue of capital flight as an impediment to Nigeria's Vision 2020. Do you want to prove to us that that is the only solution, or one of the many solutions we can have? And what are the practical steps that we can take to make sure that this your proposal is feasible? Thank for WTU, Western Delta University. I want you also to recapitulate your findings about your opposition to the motion that capital flight is an impediment to Nigeria's Vision 2020. You've come here, you've seen, and can I say you've conquered, but I want you to give more practical examples. You are rather too theoretical. What are those practical examples you can give to tell this August gathering in the month of March that surely capital flight is not an impediment to Nigeria's Vision 2020? Thank you.
For you students on both sides, Igbenedion University and WTU, you've done extremely well. I can see future leaders in you. Continue. And what I would like to say is, for the dress code, yes, in the corporate world, yes, you are well attired, but for my little daughter that is wearing that very high heel shoe, please, you can see the psychedelic, you can see look very nice with putting on very comfortable shoes, please. Because if you go for an interview, you stand a chance with all these ones that are wearing this type of shoes they can walk with. Very nice. But please, just thanks.
I'll agree on that it's done absolutely well. There is some kind of discount. Originally, the judges agreed that we are not going to ask questions. But there is a provision for assessing your response questions. And that was why we now have to construct questions for them to answer, not really comments. So, because we have explored them, as I said, it's not because we have any questions. We're supposed to just assess their performance in response to the audience. So this is actually encouraging the audience to ask questions the next time. We are not the ones who are supposed to be asking, but we have to assess. So in any case, I'll just say something quite general. As a follow-up to what my colleague already pointed out, that you respond to your position. That's like reinforce your position. I'll ask WDU to actually do the same thing And I think that you need to focus on capital flight, not on other things. So I will ask you to tell me precisely what is positive about capital flight, not what is positive about other kinds of problems, but capital flight. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Over to the debaters for your response to the comments and questions, beginning with Igbenedion University.
Thank you for the chance to speak. I would like to answer the question on the possible solutions to capital flight. The major, according to Hedis and Lucy, 1992, they said Nigeria lost about $21 billion between 1976 to 1989. And during this period, we had national plans rolling between 1981 and 1985. If we say this was one of the reasons why we failed, nobody will accuse us, because actually our leaders then, because of the availability of petrodollar, they were diverting this fund outside the country. So first of all, in order to stop capital flight, the first thing we have to do is tackle this problem called corruption. If we can tackle corruption, it will stop our leaders from being able to transfer these funds, this money meant for domestic usage, outside the country for use in those economies. Then secondly, we have to create an environment of transparency in the country in which everybody will be able to know that, okay, we have to direct all our vision into achieving a particular goal. We are having various goals. Everybody in Nigeria has their own personal goal. We are not working together as a team. To achieve a plan, you have to work together, you have to be united. So actually, to stop this capital flight, we have to inform the Nigerian populace about the evil effects of capital flight. Many people don't even know that this capital flight is bad. That's why they are investing their money abroad. So if we can educate the populace that this is actually bad, it will go a long way in educating them why they should invest in our economy than going outside. Then thirdly, like our speakers from the Western Delta were saying, they were saying insecurity and the likes. The insecurity and the likes are not the problem of Nigeria, are not the direct problems of Nigeria. It is this capital flight that they need to. For example, they said we cannot invest in Nigeria because of this insecurity. They were just telling us other things that does not relate to the topic. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, panel of judges, for giving us an opportunity to further strengthen our position. There is a question from one of the judges on when we think about other solutions apart from capital flight. Our position is simply that the topic before us is capital flight. We do not want to deviate from the topic in issue. What is capital flight? How does it affect or impede Nigeria's attempt to be among the 20 most developed economies in the world? That is the fundamental issue for determination this afternoon. An attempt to talk about other factors outside capital flight would be to embark on a voyage of discoveries, and that perhaps will leave you on the front of your own. It is not as if we do not know what things to talk about, but we are restricting ourselves to the scope of capital flight because that is the issue for the day. Okay, now Western Delta University will be taking questions.
I'm very glad that my opponent, through what he has said, has made me to believe that he has accepted that capital flight is not an investment. Meanwhile, this security and corruption like an earlier speaker. So thank you for that. Second, my someone just said I should give more practical statement than theory. In the area of rule of law, which I didn't speak of, but I was impeached in, the man that stole 23 billion, the notable figure that stole 23 billion pension money and was charged 3 years, and a fine of 750,000. But where there are instances where someone will just steal just a little amount, or even sometimes you see some places, some villages, vegetables, maggi, they will burn them or crucify them. Why? The rule of law is not put in place. practical examples. China was not moving forward. I mean, it was not like this before. But when they realized that it was not like, they had to bring in foreign investors and create a ready bed for these investors. And this helped in boosting the economy. I mean, we talk about Chevron, Mobil, these are not Nigerian companies, but they are here. I'm sure by the time you are coming to Nigeria, you must have cost a lot of putting this project in order. But at the end of the day, how much more do you think they've got? Much more than what they've spent. That's what we're talking about capital flight. So tell me, how can capital flight be an impediment? It also, my judge also said I should, the other judge said I should give positive reason of this capital flight. Capital flight has helped build foreign relationship with one Nigeria to another country, like the US. Currently, right now, the US ambassador, Terry McCollum, he said that they are the US are behind Nigeria forward because of to free them from insecurity, corruption, and economic depression. So this has created a relationship between these two countries. Also, it has also helped concerning the South Africa, okay, I'm talking about the South African World Cup. Where was Nigeria when South Africa was given to host this thing? Nigeria would have been a known option, but because of the fear of insecurity, they refused it. Because if these white people come here, who knows, they might kidnap them, slaughter them into pieces. So, I must say that capital flight is not an impediment. It is positive. Thank God, I'll say again, I'll still thank my opponent for helping us understand or making us realize again from inside that capital flight is not an impediment, but the other factors stabilizing the terrain.
Thank you very much, judges. I would like to say that the motion we are talking on is capital flight is not an impediment to Vision 2020. We should put that into consideration. Western Mental students are here to tell you that capital flight is not an impediment, and so therefore we will also bring the factors which we consider as an impediment. That's why you all hear us saying lack of infrastructure, security, and the rest of them. Since you understand that capital flight is not an impediment, therefore there are certain factors which we have been able to convince you as an impediment to Nigeria's Vision 2020. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Western Delta University. That was another amazing presentation.
And Igbenedion University, thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, they have done wonderfully, they have done very well. So please can we appreciate them one more time? It's not an easy thing. Go back to your seats. Thank you. Let's keep doing that until they take their seats. They have presented themselves and represented themselves in the first semi-final stage of this debate. The next is to wait for the result from the judges. At this time, we'll take a very short musical break. We'll have Tolu Taiwo do deft figures for us. We're going to play some very beautiful instrumentation as we await the next segment of our program. Thank you very much, Tolu Taiwo.
Hello.
I would like to invite the Osun University, Babcock University. I would also like to invite Fountain University, Oshogbe.
This is the second semi-final of this debate, and the topic for the second semi-final challenge says Nigeria's economy requires the input of local content to attain our Vision 2020 goal. I take that again. Nigeria's economy requires the input of local content to attain our Vision 2020 goal. And